we start with the Cedar Point review?
Really great.
How'd you do?
I did good. No, I love roller coasters. Grew up down in Texas, so we have a Six Flags in San Antonio and Dallas. So going to roller coaster parks for a while, but it's a real good one up here.
Hey, how good was it to be able to throw to 13 out there yesterday? What'd you guys get done?
No, it was really great. To have him out here and around the guys, I think was the most important part because we have a lot of time to get the timing down, all that stuff. And so right now it's about getting to know each other, get the basis of our offense down and accomplish those things.
Baker, is he at the point, Odell, that obviously having so many years under his belt that he could just step right in whenever he has to and be acclimated?
That's the type of talent he is, but yeah, at the same time we have to work for it. It's not just going to happen. And so that's why we have things like mini camp in June and then also training camp. I mean, we have the whole summer to be able to throw and get that stuff down. Like I said, it's about learning the offense and getting on the same page.
Do you try to talk him into coming here instead of the back and forth stuff, or do you just let him do his thing?
You let a guy like that be him. Everybody has their routine. Stick to what's working. And for him, obviously, it's been working for a while. And so, no, you know what? He's going to do what he's going to do. You got to trust that he's going to be there when it matters. And, we know who he is.
Would you describe the difference between a year ago when Tyrod Taylor was the number one and you were finding your way as a rookie and what's in your head right now as a team leader?
Yeah, it's definitely a lot different, position and, mentality-wise, being the vocal guy here now, and it's a big difference from now to last year. But it's a great difference, to be able to be that guy that people are looking at, during OTAs and during meetings and stuff like that. That's important to me.
Will you and Beckham and some of the other guys get together again, like in California, and do your own sessions?
Yeah, we will.
What was your reaction when he told GQ that he thought you were a Hall of Famer and did the Brett Favre comparison?
You know what? Brett Favre was my favorite quarterback growing up, so got me a little fired up. But you know what? If you don't have that mentality that you want to be the best to ever play, then I think you're doing it for the wrong reasons. So people can blow it out of context, whatever they want, but he's just excited to be here, excited, to get to work and start something new.
Baker, what's the value in having Jarvis out there, whether he's practicing or not?
Just leadership-wise, he was the veteran guy in our receiver room last year for a pretty young group, and just him being around most of those guys going into year two, they all look up to him, and then also you add in Odell. It's just a combination of people looking up to him. So I think a leadership role is very important to him, and he knows that, and that's why he's out here.
Were you able to imagine the possibilities when you were throwing the ball to Odell and seeing, I don't think Jarvis practiced yesterday, but just Antonio and Odell, were you looking around yesterday thinking, wow, this could be something really cool?
Yeah, no, it's kind of like what we said, back when the trade happened. It's kind of pick your poison now. We got some pretty good talent all around, tight ends, running backs, receivers, and then going in with the same offensive line. It's just we got a good team. Now it's what are we going to do with it?
What's your overview of how the running game might evolve?
I think we still need to be able to run it, in our division when we have to. Mentality-wise, it's a tough division. Yeah, people are talking about our receivers and tight ends, but we got to be able to run the ball, short yardage and cold weather, all the stuff like that. And so it's pretty important, and I'm hoping, everybody kind of overshadowing and not talking about the running backs kind of pisses them off.
Are you at the point where you know how the offense...
How you doing, Tony?
I'm good.
It's good to see you. It's been a while.
How
You flustered?
No. How, with Todd Monken's help, will the offense change? Do you know kind of like what the end product is supposed to look like?
No, we don't know what the end product is looking like. That's why we're doing stuff right now to try and find our identity, trying to find out what we're going to be like, who we're going to be as a team, and that's the great part about it. We don't have to know right now. We don't have to know, who exactly is going to be playing, who's going to be making the certain plays, or what routes they're going to be best at. That's what we're trying to find out right now.
Hey, Baker, you've only been Kareem Hunt's teammate for a short time now, but what have your interactions been like with him? And then also, he's not going to necessarily be, he's part of the team, but can't be included for a while. Do you take it upon yourself to make him feel included? Even more so?
Yeah, absolutely. You want everybody that's here right now to feel like a part of the team, to feel like we're working towards the same goal. Even though he can't play the first 8 games, he's going to be a vital part of our team. And just being around him, I think he's a great kid. Mistakes happen. I can, speak from personal experience, and just talking to Pat Mahomes or Travis Kelce or the guys that have been with him, they speak very highly of him. And so I think that's really important, and it's been pretty important for him to be here too.
You said you were ready to
you're still trying to figure out your identity, but have you already started to see the difference in this roster in terms of it being a better roster?
Absolutely, and I think the most exciting thing is it's competitive. Going up against the defense now and doing the voluntary minicamp, we got a lot of talent, and so just like I said, trying to find out who we are. But it's fun to go compete against those guys every day.
I know there's links between you and Garrett Gilbert going back to high school, even in a couple games in college. Did you maintain any relationship with him until you became teammates now?
His younger brother is in my wedding, and he is an usher. So yeah.
In terms of the new head coach, are you having to turn the tables and coach him to be himself now?
No.
What's Freddie been like since he's taken over?
I think there's one thing you guys need to know: nobody's going to change Freddie, and I think that's why he's the man for the job. No matter scrutiny, first year, whatever it is, he's going to trust his instincts. The things he's been through, he's going to coach. His players, and he's going to try and bring out the best in them. And I think that's the best part about him. He's not going to change in doing so. He's just going to try and relate to those guys and bring out the best in them.
Baker, what you said earlier about the defense, just knowing the other side of the ball, when you see Vernon and Richardson added to Larry and Miles, just what's your take on what that defensive line might be?
Anytime you can have a solid D-line, it changes the back end of things. It allows the linebackers to shoot through gaps and play more free, and then obviously the secondary doesn't have to hold up as long. Even though we have a talented secondary, it frees things up. Stops the run game obviously, and then in pass coverage, they get to the quarterback quicker. So it's a talented four, and we're hoping we have a few more guys step up.
Have you been in communication with Duke?
I have not.
You got the guys a little fired up out there, telling the defense to back up lunch, talk about keeping that energy up during team periods.
Yeah, it's day 2 OTAs. People are going to be pretty energetic, but we'll see, come last week and then mini camp, if they still have that same energy.
What kind of jump can you see out of Callaway with all the attention, Landry and Beckham?
I think I can speak for a few people. We've been very pleasantly, and very happy with how he came back from the offseason ready to go. Just how quick he is, and you can tell he's been working on his craft, and that's very exciting to see that you bring in a guy like Odell, and you re-sign some guys, and then he's going to try and compete with them. And so that's the most important part. Competition brings out the best in them, and Callaway's doing that.
Baker, do you get the impression that Kareem Hunt now being back, getting a second chance, he's making the most out of this opportunity?
Absolutely, he really is. Good kid. Like I said, mistakes happen, but everybody that's been around him knows who he is, and so I think he's given a second chance and he's taking advantage of it.
You mentioned Kelsey and Mahomes speaking highly. Did you get a chance to talk to those two about what he's like as a teammate?
Oh yeah, I have, and they just nothing but a lot of good things to say, and that's important. What your guys say about you in a locker room speaks more about you than anything you'll do on the field.
Baker, your connection with Freddie seemed almost instantaneous. Can you describe that connection?
He puts himself out there, and I think I do the same. We both admit that we have our flaws. We don't have it all figured out, but we're working towards the same goal.
Besides the obvious change in role from last year to this year, what do you think is the biggest change within yourself?
I think, eliminating the rookie mistakes. I think that the change within me is taking ownership of, all right, yeah, there's some things that I haven't seen before, some disguises, some, game plans and different ways to study that, I hadn't done before, taking a first time through that last year, but now I need to take that next step and, that's all wiped behind me and move forward and get better.
Baker, totally off topic. Garrett Wilson had a big spring for Ohio State. Just what do you know about him or talk to him as a guy from your high school?
Yeah, I've thrown with Garrett a couple times. Tried to get him to Oklahoma, but he didn't go. No, Garrett's a great kid, obviously very talented. He's a guy that I think, he'll be 3 and 4 and done out of Ohio State. So he's a great kid, works really, really hard, and his talent's all there.
What's
Smart
your take
too.
on what Chubb was as a running back his rookie year and what he can be in his second year?
Phenomenally talented, very quiet, just works really hard, cares about winning more than anything. And I think, he had 1,000 yards and then lost it, and he didn't care about that. He cared more about the fact that we lost the last game of the year. And I think that speaks volumes of who he is as a teammate, and it's great to have people like that.
Is there anything that jumps out at you about Ryan Lindley early on here as a teacher, and how much of a connection did you guys get started last year when he was in a different role?
just being around him last year helped, set the foundation for who he is. And obviously he was in Arizona, played with Drew and under Freddie, and so they knew him. And so the fact that he's seen football and been taught by Freddie, I think helps me tremendously of where we want to go and how it needs to be taught, what we want to get accomplished. So very good connection with Ryan, and he's teaching everything the way we need to do it.
When you go to the Kentucky Derby and you're hanging out with Tom Brady, and I remember we asked you about the NFL commercial, and him handing you his rings playfully and all those type of things. Just what's it like being around him, and how valuable as a young quarterback is it for you to be around one of the greats and be able to kind of maybe pick his brain, or how much you even are able to do that when you do hang out with him?
Just being around, the greatest of all time is just, obviously it's an honor just to be around them, and then how he is with his teammates, the guy he's played with in the past, how they speak so highly of him, and then just, you don't really talk about football in those situations, but how he treats everybody, how he handles himself, I think is just some of the better examples on how to go through life, and he does it all right.
Did you have a few bucks on Country House, or did you play the favorite?
I had maximum security.
Were you mad?
Was I mad? Yeah. Mad was, yeah.
Did you chat with Cliff Kingsbury there at all? I saw in one picture you were just 2 away from him.
Yeah.
And how did that go? What did you guys kind of?
No, it was great to see Cliff again. After playing him through college and obviously playing with him before, and just talking through things. He's got Kyler now, so just making sure he's going to take care of my guy. And no, it was good to see him. Ask him how his transition's going, because it's a little bit different for him as well.
Did you have to trim back the rehearsal dinner at all?
No.